Hey, Patrick here, AvidMax Tying Tuesday. Got a nice little scud for you. This is going to be a simplified variation of the Mak Scud, I believe it is. In, I suppose, Decker's Green, if you could call it. Picked one of these out of the water, looked just like that. So, let's get her going. Today, we can forego tradition because we're tying on a Firehole 315 size 16. No barb to speak of. Trying to match the colors as best as we can. Semper Fly A-Dot Wax Chartreuse. Give ourselves a little bit of space. We won't need space behind the hook eye isn't critical on this one. You'll see a little later we're going to have a lot of room to work back there. Unlike that AP Nymph that you saw me tie last time. Cut out the excess. I like to go once back with this one, make sure I have a nice thread base just to help out with the color all along the fly, all along this little scud pattern in general. Make sure it stays green throughout for us. At this point, I'll tie in what will be the legs, some Ostrich Herl, Hareline Ostrich Herl in Scud Gray Olive. It's almost like they knew. I'm going to tie it in point side out, so the part that would have been attached to the center stem of the feather is out here on the hook bend side of the whole situation we have going right now. Once we're almost down to where we had that thread, actually we'll take it all the way down, because for the next step, start all the way back up here. This will be Hareline Vinyl Rib Nymph Size Clear. This is just regular D-rib, and I've found for the wraps later it works a little better if you tie it in round side to the shank. So of the D, I have the flat side up. I'll be tying it in just like that. Pinch once, twice. As I'm securing this D-rib in place, I'm actually pulling the excess toward the camera since I'm spinning my thread toward myself. That way it keeps that D-rib aligned central on the shank instead of pulling it towards me as I wrap down. Make sure it's still flat side up. That's right about where our scud body is going to start and end. Bring the thread back up. Try to even that bump best we can. Not bad. Then I'm going to wrap that D-rib, get our bobbin out of the way a little bit. Wrap that D-rib around the shank, all the way up. Make sure we get a nice clean start with it, not too much bulk down there. And wrap it this way to make sure it's going flat side to the shank again. And the tighter you make these wraps, the more pairs or sets or rows of legs you're going to have later on in the finished product. You can do more open wraps, but a couple tighter wraps, a couple more legs, looks more buggy. They've got a whole lot of legs after all, the Scud does. Get my thread out of that hook eye. D-rib pinched in place. Take some clippers, snip away that D-rib. Get a couple more wraps on it, make sure it stays where we need it to stay. The ostrich Herl legs. Just follow the grooves of that ribbing. Make sure we go in the right direction with it first of all. Get the Herl all the way to the eye. One or two wraps around. Secure it in place. Take our sword, trim it away. An ostrich Herl is definitely delicate enough you can just rip it right off like a band-aid, no problem once it's secured. This is going to be the end of our thread work. So, some whip finishes right behind the eye. We've left ourselves plenty of space. We can get oh so many whip finishes in here. 2 will be good for today. And then that little Herl you see right there, just above the hook eye, might as well keep it. Makes for a nice imitation of the antennae that the little guys have. Now, to set our legs in place, we're just gonna wet down our fingers, get a little moisture, and right over the top, just split it, just like that. Head them all down. Legs are set. And to finish, Solarez Flex. It's not going to get all delicate and crumbly and flaky on us. Relatively thick so we can build up a nice mass quickly and easily. Don't worry if you have some extra right at this stage. We're definitely going to bring some of that Solarez down onto the sides to seal this little bug a little better. There's the near side. Near side to the camera, near side to me. Along the sides. Pretty much as far down as you want. Make sure the Ostrich Herl legs will stay in place later on. Nice profile over the top, fairly nice curve, evenly sealed along both sides. Then take the big studio UV light. Fix that a little bit. That curvature nice. Once we got the shape looking about right, zap it with the UV. And this much buildup of this much flex. Definitely going to want to zap it for a little bit extra time if you don't want to sit here with the UV light all day. If it's a sunny day, take them outside, let them sit under the sun, plenty of UV there. Just like that. The Mak Scud. If you want, you could always trim down the legs a little bit. Trim to taste. No need on this one, but there it is, all done. The Mak Scud. Nice and easy, few ingredients, and they look pretty sharp when they're done. So yeah, tie some up, get them in your box. If you like this one, like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, really helps out. Until the next one, we'll see you on the water, friends. Tight lines.